This is Reverend Evan Sackett once again. On this video, I'm going to be talking about something different besides the church. I'm burned out on talking about the church. If you want to know more about it, you know where to go. On this video, I was wanting to comment on my material, my books. Anyone who plans on ordering any of my books should be aware of the fact that they are extremely graphic. They are not for the weak of heart. They are in a genre which I refer to as the subgenre of horror, reality horror, realistical horror. They deal with the horrors of reality. Things that a lot of people really don't want to focus on: rape, murder, serial killings, things of this nature. And I know right off the bat it sounds like those are things that many books focus on. Yes, they do. However, I was told by a reader the other day that I do go into more graphic detail than any author he'd ever come across. Originally, that was my intention. That very much so was my intention. I didn't want to shock people deliberately. I knew that I was going to shock them, but I wasn't a shock artist out just simply to get a cheap shock. My whole intention behind that was to show people just how vicious rape was and how vicious serial killings are and things of that nature, and that they're not just something that they read about in horror books, that they actually do happen. And I guess in some morbid way, I was trying to believe that maybe I was trying to save somebody's life by writing this material so graphically. I was hoping that someone would read it and be more careful and not be so oblivious to what actually happens in this horrible place of a world. However, he did tell me that he felt that I had gone too far. And when I speak of this, I'm speaking of the book Inferiority, which is actually my first novel, which is the only novel for sale right now. I'm currently working on another novel entitled The Barbaric Soul. The Barbaric Soul, my novel that I'm currently working on and finishing up, is more of a horror book. It's definitely a horror book, actually, certainly not in the same category as Inferiority. However, Inferiority is a novel that is definitely not for the weak of heart, and he read it, this individual that I'm speaking of, one of the only people that's read the book, and he said that the material was very, very straightforward. He said it was a very good story. However, the detail was far too graphic, and he thinks that would certainly hurt book sales. He thinks that people would rather not read a book so graphic, a book that goes into so much detail. And I sat for a minute and I thought about this. I thought, well, perhaps maybe I should edit the book. Perhaps maybe I should make it a little bit more palatable for these readers who have weak hearts. And I've come to my decision. And my decision is I refuse to edit the book, because editing it would be censoring these horrible things and trying to make them more palatable for everyone else. Unfortunately, reality does not censor or filter events. Reality gives them to us straightforwardly, and I feel that that's the way that I should give my material to my readers. I think it's unfair to judge my readers, who don't even truly exist yet, by one individual. I think that my readers could pretty much handle whatever came to them.